It's Usyk versus Joshua 2, the rematch. As you know, on BWTM Sports, we like to go big. So once again, we've got another guest in the house. Join us after this. Joining me on the show right now, Tony Cessay from London. Tony, how are we doing?
Good, brother. How you been?
That's good. Still black, still proud, still happy.
That's how it is. That's how it is. It's fantastic. Yeah, black and proud.
So how
you
things
still,
with you?
You're still in that country.
I'm
beautiful,
still in that
hot country.
I'm still in that beautiful hot country, and still doing the things, still doing the things I set out to do. And we're one step closer, got the squad together now. So it's all good, all good. Can't complain. How are things with you?
Good, just running around.
As you do.
Coaching, having some exciting times.
Ducking and diving.
Yeah.
Ducking and diving.
When you're in London, that's all you got to do. That's all there is to do.
Duck and dive.
Duck and dive. Pan note. And a pan
So lots to talk about. I'm not going to talk about Usyk Joshua just yet, but we are limited on time. I want to talk about an interesting fight. Anthony Yarde against BETERBIEV. Well, last time we saw Anthony Yarde, in a big fight was Kovalev. Now he's going in against BETERBIEV or BETERBIEV. BETERBIEV. Have lessons been learned, and how much better does Anthony Yarde need to be against BETERBIEV?
Well, let me tell you a little story. I knew a lot of the Russians team many years back, and I got the Russians to come to the 2012. I think it was the 2012 Olympic Games here, and Betov and Anthony met, because he won the gold medal at that time, at the Olympics. And then I got them to meet, and at that time, Anthony said, "Wow, I wish I had that gold medal." I said, "Listen, one day you're going to fight that man." I said, "You're going to fight him. He's a pro. When you're a pro, I'm telling you, but he'll be a little bit older, but that will suit you, because the age difference would give you, because you're where you'll be 31, he'll be nearly, 40. So everything has come to plan, in the sense that, this is going to happen now. And this is what I dreamed of. This is what I thought of on that day, at that time, when they came and used our gym. It was the TKO gym at the time. And they came and used it, because I offered it to them to come and train there. We had a few teams that come in and trained the gym, and it was fantastic. All the Russian team, the women's team came, and it showed all the boys certain technique and certain, just to have them there for them 2 weeks was fantastic. They got better just by seeing what they did, and the little things that they learned from them, because they watched them, and then sometimes they did little bits of movement with them as well. They helped them, and so the story is that now that dream has come true for Anthony, because Anthony was like, really, I wish I could have that medal or that gold medal. But they said, well, you're gonna have to, get to them Olympic Games, and you can do it. You've got it there. But Anthony didn't want to, go through that route. He wanted just, he was he was the man of the house, and he wanted to get that money, because to look after his, his mum. and his sisters, his family. So, and the chance that the first chance he got, he turned pro, and you know, but through that, you're talking about now meeting the man that he met when he was an amateur, you know, and the gold medalist at that time. It's unbelievable story, and he's gonna and I've dreamt of it. I thought of it, you know. So I know in my head that this is the time, the time for him to get together. And there's a picture of him too, which I took, you know, two of them together, the whole team, Russian team, when they came to the 2012 Olympic Games. It was fantastic.
So, how much better is Anthony Yarde prepared now than he was against Kovalev? And what's the difference?
I think he's a lot more prepared, you know, a lot more prepared, you know, a lot more prepared when you talk about running, you know, all the other stuff that you need to put in to that body, and the mental state of mind, the positioning, you know, the footwork. And I think that now you've got time, because by the time that fight is going to take place, which could be in 4 months, 6 months, you know, he would have got even more, you know, mentally aware of what he has to do to win, you know.
So the fights may be scheduled in October, I understand. I think October 15th.
See, so yeah, that's good. It's got a few months then, isn't it?
How do you see that fight playing out for you?
For me, I think Anthony could, you know, could win it on points, you know, and he could stop him. You know, they both could stop each other, you know, because you got somebody who's done it and won it and had 400 odd fights as an amateur, which was he was a fantastic amateur. You know, he won everything as an amateur, you know, followed his career, and, you know, and when they did come up there at the peak, because I wanted them there, I wanted the Russians and the Cubans, you know, in our gym. And, you know, from knowing them and having relationships with them for many years, you know, and that's what I do. I sometimes take them to Cuba and Russia and places like that. You know, I just came back not long ago when Umar was out there. So, you know, we always make good friends. You know, I'm hoping to do a little thing, you know, with a few people there and getting boxers back and forth.
Fantastic. You talk about Umar just very quickly. I see now he's retired from boxing and now going to be having an acting career.
He's gonna be fantastic at that. I always told him he was gonna be a good actor. Now he's doing what I told him. See, after these boys, they don't. When I tell them be a model or, you know, be an actor, they don't believe me. I always recognize what they're always gonna be good at. See, what they sophisticatedly could do. Just, you know, the response of knowing naturally what they are and what they're about and how they, you know, express themselves. I know I can see that this is what they could do straight away, because, you know, a good educated person could do 3 or 4 things, you know, and there was one of the things that I said to him: listen, don't box, you know, go and be a businessman or be an actor. You have to, you know, you'll be fantastic. You know, he's good at certain things like modeling. You know, he's good at that. You know, so I think he would do well in that.
Fantastic. It's great to hear. And congratulations to Umar.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Now, you're a man around the gyms. EUBANK, BENN. What's the talk about EUBANK and the weight? And in your opinion, who wins the fight?
So, well, you know, I mean, for BENN, I'm talking about he can walk around in the big with the bigger weight, because he has to come up. So that's a disadvantage in a way, because when you move up in weight, you become sluggish, and because, you know, when he's a certain weight, he's fast and, you know, and really explosive. For, you know, EUBANK, you know, it could. I mean, for EUBANK, for him to take the fight, he has to be good on his weight. Simple as that. He ain't gonna come down weight and he's not gonna fight, you know, and he can't fight at, you know. So I think months they knew this was gonna happen. I think he's, you know, good at the weight and strong because he's been in America, you know, preparing for this. So now all he has to do is catch himself on that catch weight, and because with that there's going to be a clause, isn't there?
Yes.
So much weight cannot be put on after the weigh-in, and you know it could be 2 hours, 3 hours before they fight. They have to weigh them again. See, so this is what you're gonna you know see in them sort of fights. You know, and it's not for any, you know, title. It's for their parents, you know what I mean, themselves. They're just like their parents, aren't they? Just like their, you know, they're both the same. They're both, you know, egoistic, you know what I mean? And they both want to be champions, didn't they? They, you know, just like their dads were. And I think, you know, this will set the tone on their legacy. This will be it. One of them could, you know, inhale it, and one of them could make it, you know, revenge it.
So who would be your money on? The guy coming up in weight or the guy going down in weight?
Oh well, you know, I think, you know, for me, I would like Ben. You know, I would love Ben to do it because I know the family, I know him, I watch him quite a bit, and he's got so explosive. He's learned so much so quick. Believe me, I would never ever thought this guy could not have so many, you know, less fights than certain people and learn the game. But what struck me is the way he lived in the gym, the way he was like you know, and he was like a ninja. You know, he was like a monk. He just stayed and lived in the gym. So what he had to sacrifice, you know, the family and everything, and his missus having a baby, and he's always been in the gym and growing up, and he had to be in that gym because he would never have got this chance if he didn't live in the gym, you know. So hats up to him. You know, he did terrific in the years that he has dedicated himself and put himself on the map to come. It's fantastic. And you know, Chris himself, he's a fantastic boxer. You know, he's just missed out on that, you know, that title here and there every time so I think, you know, this could be the chance even so to take it, this opportunity with Ben, you know. I think, and then from there fight for a world title there again if he makes it happen for him, you know. But it'll be, what I do know is going to be a terrific fight, explosive fight. It's going to be fantastic. But, you know, you have two people in there who ain't going to lay nothing to rest. They're going to make sure they give everything all. They're all, you know, they're going to get physical in there. They're going to have educated punches in there. Oh, so it's I can't wait to see it.
Will Ben's power carry up, do you think? Will Ben's power carry up to that weight, in your opinion?
What?
Will Ben's weight carry up? Moving
Oh
up?
yeah, it will do because he's comfortable. He sits on that weight, doesn't he? That's why he walks around at that weight. So all it is he going to be sharp? Is he going to be dynamic, explosive? Because some people, when you walk around in your weight, it's not good. You're sluggish. You know, it takes not months, it takes years to get that. You know, to get that, to get used to the way you are in weight. Do you know what I mean? When you put on weight, you can't just, when your weight's off, then your speed, you're like a flash, you know, and you're used to that. You know, your brain is chipped and your quick twitch muscles are developed for what weight you are. Now, if I was to be all of a sudden a welterweight, and then all of a sudden I sat at home at loads of McDonald's, yeah, I'm gonna end up, you know, 80 odd kilos, 90 kilos, yeah, doing nothing. But then I decide to fight, decide to fight, and then bam, yeah. This could be a big problem.
Okay. EUBANK losing the weight. Will he be the same durable guy that we know from previous fights because he's losing the weight?
Oh, it could. I think. You know, in the telling rounds, that's where it could be good for, you know, someone like BENN. You know, but you know, for EUBANK, it could be either he's already. I was just sorry. He's already slowed down BENN. You know, he's hurt him, and he slowed him down. You know, so if that will be his own game, that will be his own, you know, positive way of winning that fight. You know, but it could go against him. It depends on what, because they've never done this before. He hasn't done this before. They haven't done. So it's who's trained the hardest, who's had the right, you know, nutrition in that body. Because if your body ain't used to doing something it's not done before, boy, it's shocking. You're shocking the system. So
Yeah.
anything could happen.
Okay. And finally, Joshua Usyk 2. What are your thoughts on this fight, looking at the two men?
Well, it's an hard one because you see Usyk coming bigger, so
Yes.
he's coming bigger. So he wants to stop AJ. You know, he doesn't want to have AJ moving and dancing around like he did before because he was a little bit of a threat. You know, so this time he's coming heavier to make sure, you know, he stops him. You know, so I hope it doesn't happen. I hope AJ can be more forceful and direct and keep that center at that ring and demand and command, you know, what he wants to throw, you know, and that educated jab and that cross and, you know, the body shot. He's got to make sure he wants it. He's got to attack him. He's got to be in his face, you know, moving that head, but being smart at the same time, you know. So, but this is what Garcia does. You know, I know Garcia for many years when he came up the TKO gym with some of the fighters he used to, you know, bring to England, and very lovely man. He used to sign a few gloves for my young people, and you know, he was unbelievable. So it was good. But yeah, for what he raises, the whole family fight the same way. His dad did, his son did, you know. So I believe that AJ has to force himself in the force that, you know, that coach has would make AJ push forward, and hopefully, you know, you get a win.
If you were a betting man, where would you put your money? If your house depending on it, where would you put your money?
I'll put my money on Usyk, because when you beat somebody once before, you're not going to lose again, are you? unless you've been bumped on the head, you know, or you know, it's a, you know, the class of that man, the Olympic gold medal here and there, and European titles. Come on, the man's footwork, his style, and what he brings to the game is just as much as AJ, but he has got more in his tank. When you talk about it, you can push him, he's still got something there. You know, when AJ has been pushed, you know,
He folds.
he folds. Yeah, you know, something happens. So 3-4 rounds, bam, you can see him getting, you know, but hopefully Garcia's taken that out of his system and shown him mentally and physically that he can do it. You know, but the recent fights, you know, this has happened sometimes, you know, where you've been pushed at a pace that he can't cope, and bum, and he must do work sprints, he must do all that work. It's just the body, the nerves that, you know, that can take over, because he's an extremely confident, you know, good talking man, you know, but something there stops that body from working. You know, going to 12 rounds at a nice, good pace, you know, banging them shots in straight and working at a good tempo at the same time. See, something stops that. So hopefully, you know, Garcia has that, and they've been training. He's had lots of good sparring partners. You know, Dan Aziz was there for the speed, because, you know, and what he's been doing with all different types of sparring that he's had. You can see he's want the speed. He's had the people with speed and who can hit fast, and he's had, you know, all different weights going in there, which is fantastic, because that's what you need when you're fighting someone like Usyk. You need different sparring partners. So not only the heavyweights. You know, you could be cruiserweight, it could be a welterweight with fast hands, you know, beautiful hands. So, and that's what he's had. That's what he's had in his camp, and he's got the people around him to really foresee that win.
Okay, Tony, anything else you'd like to say before we end?
No, it's just hopefully we have a good fight.
Tony Cessay, as always, thank you so much for talking to BWTM Sports.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, by the way, before I end, how's your son with Tottenham?
Oh, he's good. He's fantastic. Thank you. He's doing very well. He's hopefully, you know, he get this new start, new time play, you know, for this season, and hopefully, you know, we can see what progress he's made. He's scored a few goals for pre-season, and you know, so hopefully they've got a game against this week. Sunday is Manchester City, so that'll be a good game. That'll be a fantastic game. So hopefully, you know, we can either get him on loan, come back to Tottenham, and a better player.
Okay, fantastic. Hold on, let's see if there's any questions in the house before I go. Okay, no, I was just saying another epic video from Lev Grahamson. Okay, Tony, again, thank you so much, as always, for being there for the big fights. We'll be back with you soon. You take care, Tony.
Take care. Best. All
thank
the
you
best,
so much.
Yeah?
And
Thank
everyone
you.
who's been watching, once again, thank you for watching BWTM Sports. We're out. Good night.